You've just arrived in America, 14 hours in the air. You're exhausted. Your back is aching, but you're grinning because you've made it. Your visa has been approved. Your paperwork is flawless. Everything is properly arranged. You approach the immigration desk. The officer scans your passport, glances at the monitor, looks at you, and then speaks the words that freeze your heart. Step to the side, please. Secondary screening. Two officers escort you to a compact gray room. No windows, a single table, two chairs. They collect your luggage. They unzip your suitcase. And then one officer extends his hand and states, "Unlock your phone and hand it to me." You pause. Is something wrong, sir? Just unlock your phone. You wonder, what's on my phone? Nothing problematic. Just text messages, pictures, WhatsApp conversations with relatives. So you unlock it and pass it over. The officer begins scrolling. 10 minutes pass, then he looks up. You informed us you're visiting as a tourist, but this text to your cousin mentions you're thrilled to begin working next week. Would you care to clarify? Your blood runs cold. It was meant as a joke, a casual expression. You were referring to helping out at a family gathering, but the officer doesn't interpret it as humor. He interprets it as deception. 30 minutes later, your visa is revoked. Your passport is marked, entry refused, and you're being escorted back to a plane, heading home. 14 hours of travel, thousands of dollars spent on airfare, months of visa arrangements dissolved because of a single text message. This is occurring right now, daily, to actual people. But when you finish watching this video, you'll understand precisely what they're searching for on your device and how to safeguard yourself before you even step onto that aircraft. Let me clarify what's truly taking place here. There's an elevated level of examination at American entry points. Officers aren't simply verifying your documents anymore. They're examining your digital existence. Your phone, your computer, your tablet, your social media profiles, your text messages, your photographs, your emails. Absolutely everything. And most travelers remain completely unaware this is happening. Here are the traps. Trap number 1, the courteous request. The officer doesn't aggressively demand your phone. He asks pleasantly, "Would you mind unlocking your phone so we can have a brief look?" It seems optional. It appears you have a choice. But here's the reality. At the border, your rights are extremely restricted. If you decline, they can refuse your entry. They can detain you for hours. They can revoke your visa. So most individuals simply hand it over without comprehending what follows next. Trap number 2, the message that demonstrates your actual intentions. You arrived on a tourist visa, you informed them you're visiting relatives for 2 weeks, but somewhere on your phone exists a message stating, "I can't wait to begin my new life there. My cousin mentioned he can arrange some work for me. I'm considering staying longer if I enjoy it." To you, these are informal words, enthusiasm, fantasizing. To the officer, this represents proof of immigrant intentions on a non-immigrant visa. One message, entry refused. Entry. Trap number 3, previous photos and screenshots. Perhaps 6 months earlier, someone sent you a humorous image about working illegally in America. Perhaps you captured a screenshot of a job advertisement out of curiosity. Perhaps there's a photograph of you at a workplace during your previous visit, even if you were merely visiting an acquaintance. Officers scroll backward months or even years through your phone. That previous photo, that forgotten screenshot, that joke your friend forwarded, all of it can be used against you. Trap number 4, social media records. They examine your Facebook, your Instagram, your WhatsApp status, your TikTok. Did you ever share posts about wanting to relocate to America? Did you leave comments on someone's post stating, "I wish I could remain there permanently"? Did you follow profiles about securing jobs in the USA? They notice patterns. They construct a narrative, and that narrative might not reflect reality, but it's the narrative they accept. Trap number 5, the consent manipulation. When you unlock your phone and surrender it, you're providing permission for a search. Once you consent, they can examine nearly everything. And here's the hazardous aspect. Many individuals don't realize they can pose questions before consenting. They don't realize they can request restrictions. They simply surrender the phone because the officer asked politely. That's the trap. Now let me provide you with the legal protection. Here's what the law actually states: the border search exception. Within the United States, the Fourth Amendment shields you from unreasonable searches. Police typically require a warrant, but at the border, different regulations apply. There exists something termed the border search exception. It grants CBP officers legal authority to search your possessions, including electronics, without a warrant. This is genuine. This is lawful. This doesn't violate your rights. However, limitations exist. Basic search versus advanced search. CBP policy separates phone searches into two categories. 1. Basic search. The officer scrolls through your phone manually. No specialized tools. They can perform this without any suspicion. 2. Advanced search. They connect your phone to a computer. They extract your data. They employ forensic software. This demands reasonable suspicion that you've violated a law. Most travelers encounter basic searches. But even a basic search can discover that single message that eliminates your entry. Your restricted rights at the border. You do possess some rights. You can inquire if the search is required. You can request to speak with a supervisor. You can ask them to record what they examined. You can remain silent regarding interpretation of your messages. But here's the difficult truth. If you refuse to unlock your phone, they can refuse your entry. They cannot arrest you merely for refusing, but they can send you home. For U.S. citizens, they must eventually permit you to enter, but they can retain your device for days or weeks. For visa holders, refusal frequently means your journey ends. Okay, here's your strategy. This is how you protect yourself before you ever board that aircraft. Step 1. Clean your phone before traveling. This is the most crucial step. Before your journey, review WhatsApp messages, text messages, emails, photos and screenshots, social media direct messages, notes application, downloaded files. Remove anything that could be misunderstood. Not because you're concealing something unlawful, but because context disappears on a screen. A joke appears like a scheme. Enthusiasm appears like intention. Eliminate it. Step 2. Examine your social media history. Go backward through your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Search for posts about wanting to work in America, comments about staying permanently, photographs at workplaces even if you were simply visiting, anything regarding immigration frustration. Either remove it or make it private. Officers do examine social media sometimes before you even arrive. Step 3. Log out of everything before landing. Log out of WhatsApp and remove the application if necessary. Email applications, social media applications, cloud storage, Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox. If the application isn't on your phone, they cannot search it during a basic search. Warning: don't lie and claim you possess no social media. If they discover this, that constitutes fraud. Simply log out and remove applications. Step 4. Utilize a travel phone if feasible. Some regular travelers use a secondary phone exclusively for travel. Basic phone, no personal messages, no social media, just essential applications. This is completely lawful. You're not concealing anything. You're simply protecting your privacy. Step 5. Understand what to state. If an officer requests your phone, you can ask, "Am I obligated to provide this for entry?" They'll probably say yes. Then you can ask, "Will this be a basic search or an advanced search?" This demonstrates you understand your rights without being confrontational. If they discover a message and ask you to clarify, remain composed. State, "I comprehend how that message might appear, but I can provide the context. I'm here as a tourist and I honored the conditions of my visa." Don't dispute. Don't become emotional. Stay composed. Clarify briefly and allow them to decide. Step 6. Understand the 3-word protection principle. If they ask you to interpret a message to clarify what you genuinely meant, you have the right to state, "I prefer not to speculate." You don't need to guess what you were thinking when you composed something 2 years prior. Keep your responses brief. factual, composed. What if they confiscate your device for additional inspection? This is lawful. They can retain it for days or weeks. Request a receipt or property documentation, contact details for retrieval, a written explanation of why it was seized. When you return home, consult an immigration lawyer before your next journey. Understand what they discovered and how it might impact future travel. Let me conclude with this. Your phone represents a window into your complete life. Your humor, your aspirations, your private discussions. But at the border, none of that context exists. Officers observe messages, not significance. One casual text, one previous screenshot, one forgotten photograph. That's all it requires. Protecting yourself isn't about concealing crimes. It's about comprehending that the system disregards context and preparing accordingly. Clean your phone. Examine your social media. Understand your rights. Immigration regulations are transforming rapidly. New policies, new digital inspections, new methods they're screening travelers. If you want the most recent updates on visa regulations, border policies, and how to protect yourself, I've established a WhatsApp channel for you. No spam, no unnecessary content, just authentic information that could preserve your trip. Link is in the description or check the pinned comment. Join now before your next journey. If this video enlightened you, share it immediately. Send it to your cousin traveling next month, your friend submitting a visa application, your relative who doesn't realize this is occurring. One share could preserve their trip, perhaps their future. Click subscribe, activate notifications. I publish videos weekly to keep you informed, protected, and ahead of the curve. My name is Saqib. This is Retire Path. Protect your phone, protect your future, and I'll see you in the next one.